Good evening. My name is Mark Hogg, and I'm with WaterStep. It's an honor to be with you tonight. I don't know about you, but if I've ever been in front of somebody that has severe anxiety or distressed or seems lost, if you will, there's a part of me that wants to do something about that, that wants to reach out and solve a problem, if you will. In disaster situations around the world, when we face people that are in those situations, they are certainly upset. They feel hopeless. They feel despair. And here's the thing, in those situations, it's not just amidst the loss that they've had in the disaster, amidst the difficulty that they've had, possibly with the loss of loved ones, there is the day-to-day moving on that's stressful. How are they going to live? How are they going to move from one place to another? How are they going to get the resources that they need? And the angst that comes with this is severe. What we found out at WaterStep in the last 20 years plus, we've been working with water in the developing world and in disaster situations. And in that amount of time, we've had some innovative ideas that we've brought to the table and some technologies that we work with to make a difference in these situations. Water is a critical foundational step in responding to a disaster. And this is the water on wheels. I'm going to show you this in a few minutes, that we brought all of these technologies that we've spent these years working in. We've been working in with over 40 countries, and we brought this to the game in a cart that's mobile and operational. I want to introduce you to Mary Lou. She's in the Philippines. We met her in November of 2013, just after the typhoon had wiped away her community. Like many people in communities there, she was anxious. She was in despair. She was hopeless. And as we talked with her, she was also very concerned about her child and her community and herself because she was sick. She was sick of waterborne illness. Here's the kicker. We were able to provide her and her community the tools to be able to supply themselves, empower them to supply their own safe water needs, indefinitely into the tune of potentially 10,000 gallons of safe water a day. Now that is a game changer. So at WaterStep, why are we after this issue, this problem? UN data says that there's a over 400,000% increase in disasters. They're coming. They happen more and more often, and we've got the same exact technologies and plans addressing the water needs in those disasters that we've had for a very, very long time. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about some of that, but right now I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our business model. We're a nonprofit from Louisville, Kentucky, and you might be wondering, what's a nonprofit doing standing up there with the pipeline business folk? Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. Water on Wheels is actually a part of a for-profit company underneath WaterStep. And as we sell these tools, these carts, the Water on Wheels, those sales provide money that's donated to WaterStep. Because Water on Wheels believes that water is important every day, and WaterStep is about working in the developing world every single day to make a difference to save lives of safe water. Here's another kicker. How many of you guys are concerned about your donated dollar getting where it's supposed to be, or how much of that is getting there? Well, sure, we all are. Well, what we're excited about for our donors is as this business grows, 100% of their donated dollar will be able to go directly in the field with WaterStep, and that's a game changer for them as well. As we look out over the next few years, you can see the people served over the revenue grows exponentially as the company grows and matures. But don't forget this. With every unit that is deployed, it is a life-saving tool in the midst of disaster. So it's sitting there waiting to be deployed, or it's being used as it's been addressed in a disaster, and folks are being able to provide themselves safe water. I'd like to introduce you to Patrick. Met Patrick 2 months ago in Macoa, Colombia, right after a landslide wiped out many neighborhoods in that community. Patrick's an emergency worker in Colombia. He shows up to the situation, but he's got some of that angst that you and I talked about just a couple of minutes ago. He's seeing people that are hopeless, seeing people that are in despair, and he wants to do something about it, but he's got a problem. Every disaster Patrick showed up at, he cannot provide a large group of people a large amount of safe water. There was no safe water in Macoa. What we're able to do for Patrick is provide him the tools that he could then provide to the people in disaster so that they could take care of their own water and sanitation needs. And today, 85 kitchens in Macoa get brought disinfectant every single day to handle the germs just in those kitchens to try to make the community better. You see, in a disaster, when we're sick and we're tired, when we're wore out and we're hopeless, we can't make a difference. We can't make a difference because we can't think outside of ourselves and our need. So what these people are able to do then is be empowered to provide their own safe water. This is how it works. I'm going to drag this thing over here. I hope you guys have been wondering what this is. I wanted to do a magic trick, and I actually asked Emmanuel if he would jump out of here like some girl out of a cake or something, but he wouldn't do that. He's French. So here she is, the water on wheels. We call her the WOW. We like that very much. Now, don't be scared or freaked out or nervous. It's not like we're asking the captain of the cheerleading team to go to the prom or anything. What we've done here is we stripped off the cover and we're showing you the guts on the inside. But we could teach every single one of you in a matter of hours how to operate this machine and save lives. And here's some pretty cool things about this. So we're going to pull up into a situation in a disaster, and what's the first problem we got? We ain't got no power. So we're off grid. So what are we going to do? So we've got a situation here where we've got solar power, battery power, electric power, a generator to help us out in that situation. And then we're going to need to grab our water, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to go to a river, lake, stream. We're going to pump that water out. We're going to get that water into big bladder tanks. Heck, if we had a fire truck, we got a tool that you can plug right into this thing that hooks up to a fire truck hose, and we're going to pump that water out where we need it. And then we're going to send the water through a series of filters that you could dial in and out as you need. And the filters are a special IP product that we've developed that we have ourselves. Also, we're going to send this through a UV if we wanted to. And then also, we're going to be able to purify the water with salt. Pretty amazing stuff, and that stuff all happens right here. And then here's the deal. What if you're a medical worker on site, kind of like Patrick was? How do you get disinfected? You ever thought about that? So I need safe water for sure, but what if I need disinfection where I'm working? So on the cart, we've got a disinfection machine that's pretty amazing, and that disinfectant machine with salt can provide a disinfectant material that's as strong as the World Health Organization standards say they need for Ebola. Is that pretty crazy? So now you've got safe water, you've got water storage, you've got disinfectant. What's not to like? And you can do it, learn this in a matter of hours, and Patrick doesn't need to freak out every time he shows up to a disaster because he doesn't have the tools that he needs. So, I don't know about you, but in disasters, I think like there's a bunch of people that know what the heck they're doing, right? I mean, gosh, doesn't somebody have this stuff solved? Well, let's go back to Katrina. You remember Katrina? So all these people are down here. That's that picture of Katrina, and they're all freaking out, and they don't have any safe water. Well, this could be in Honduras. This could be in Chile. This could be in Brazil. This could be absolutely India, anywhere. This is a situation in a disaster. Well, in this disaster, when people are hurting, what's the common resource? I mean, how do you provide safe water? Aren't there other tools other than the WOW? Well, heck yeah. Reverse osmosis is an option. But it's big, it's expensive, it's hard to get around, and then you've got to have somebody that's a trained technician to operate the darn thing, and it uses a ton of fuel. So what's the other idea? Bottled water. So in the first 2 weeks in Katrina, there were 98 million bottles of water delivered down to Katrina. Can you imagine that? So we'd all be behind a table, I guess, and say, hey, next, come get your bottled water. How do we manage that? You can't manage that. We don't even know how much got to people. And then here's the deal a lot of people don't think about. What about after the disaster? So after the disaster, Katrina was left with 98 million bottles just in the first 2 weeks of trash that those people had to get rid of. Imagine being in a developing world situation and you're left with garbage to get rid of. Don't you need your resources to rebuild? This is our team, and a lot of them are here tonight. I can't wait for you to meet some of these folks. Curtis has been with me in this incredible program at Pipeline H2O. We've got our team of innovators and engineers here that are volunteer. We've got some students here from Bellarmine University and U of L that have been a part of the work we do. I want you to meet them. It's pretty amazing what we've been able to do, and we're very excited about the wow that this cart brings. Now, I don't know why you're here. Everybody might be for some different reason, but I'm telling you this. Every single one of us can save lives with safe water, and that's what we want to talk to you about tonight. We want to get to know you and figure out how together we can make a difference somewhere. Thanks for letting us be here tonight. It's an honor. It's an honor to hang out with these guys, and I'm telling you, the Pipeline crew has loved on us, taught us, and challenged us to the next level. You're in the right spot. Thanks.